Hello planty people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Empress and today I am doing a little surprise unboxing video. So I have a big massive box of plants here from Nursery to You. I was looking for a particular type of calathea and I stumbled across this website and I found the calathea. However, I didn't really want to pay the full amount of shipping because I was only ordering 2 plants. So I spoke to a couple of friends and we kind of all went in on a big box. So the big box has arrived and I thought I'd do the fun unboxing on video and show off all of these cute plants for you beautiful people, and we can enjoy it together, and then I can pass my friends' plants onto them, and I've got my 2 babies for myself. So let's reposition the camera and get into it. Alright, so we have the box here. I can't remember everything. There's my child sneaking around behind you. We see you. Yeah, it's trying to be sneaky. There's no sneaky. So a big box of plants here. I don't remember what is even in here, so hopefully there's a list somewhere. Otherwise I'm just gonna kind of guess as I go because I don't remember. Also, look how cute my scissors are. They have foxes on them, just as a side note. All right, packing peanuts. I haven't seen packing peanuts in a plant order in a while. Usually it's paper or something. You're not being very quiet. Sorry. It's not very easy to be quiet with it. You can't usually say I film when there are people around, but the box arrived and it's here, and so we're doing this now because I can't leave them sitting in a box until tomorrow. I've got to get them out now. So excuse the background noise and occasional people trying to hide in the background. So I got packing peanuts, woohoo! And bubble wrap. This is packing peanuts. What do I do with packing peanuts? Where do I put them?
In my mouth.
Are they biodegradable?
No.
I hope so.
They're not.
These ones might be. They feel like they could be. Where do I put these?
In my mouth.
What? The whole big box full? You're gonna put the whole box full in your mouth?
Yes.
Children are ridiculous. I'm gonna get a bag or something to tip these in. I have to say this is a fairly inconvenient thing. I'm sure it's great for the plants. However, this is what do I do with this? So I've gotten a bag to put all of this stuff in, and so I'm just gonna do that real quick. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not gonna do this on video. I'm gonna pause and then we're gonna come back because there's lots of them. This feels unnecessary. Unnecessary amount of packaging, I think, to be honest. You really don't need that. I've seen very expensive plants just posted in an empty box. Like, if you've watched my Monstera Dubai unboxing video, it was fine with nothing in it. I feel like this, look how much is in there. I feel like that's unnecessary. Like, it's a full bag's worth. That's wild. That is wild. Alright, so we've got some papers here. We've got invoices, and some care sheets, Doesn't say anything. I'm gonna have to find out what to do with these packing peanuts, because if they're not biodegradable, then I'm not impressed, to be honest. So, anyway, let's get into what is in this box. Some slow release fertilizer. So, cool. Alright, thanks. So I'm pretty sure all of these come bare rooted. So we've got them all taped in. You can see here, taped into the bottom of the box. See, I didn't need 5 billion packing peanuts. They were fine, right where they are. Don't need it. It's unnecessary. So I'm going to change the angle so that you can kind of see in here more. And yeah. Right, so I don't remember what's in here. So let me read the list. We have a gold philodendron baby, mini monstera, which is not a monstera, rhapsodophora terrasperma baby, a baby calathea crimson, a syngonium maria, a syngonium white butterfly, whoa, cat just knocked over the tripod. Murphy, do you mind? Hey, yeah, you destructo. Where was I? Amaranta, Burley Maxie? I'm not sure how to say that one. Peperomia red watermelon, and a baby Calathea Julia. So only the Calatheas are mine. The rest are my friend's order that we have all gone in together. So let's start pulling it out and we can admire all of the other babies that aren't my babies, because who doesn't like to admire a pretty pant? Speaking of pant, I am in my pajama pants at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I don't even care. Alright, so there's a couple in there. So they really are quite small plants. These are labelled and sold as babies, so they're quite a decent price, but they are quite a small plant and they are all bare rooted, so I'm gonna have to pot them up for my friends as well. So I'll do that after I finish filming, and I'll pot them all up for everyone, because we can't have them sitting around in no soil, otherwise that'll be really, really bad for them, so we don't want to do that. Alright, so what we have going on here. So we've got a couple of little parcels. See, they have bubble wrap as well. You really don't need packing peanuts and bubble wrap. It's just unnecessary. It's very unnecessary. Alright, so I'm going to start on the first one, I guess, and we'll work our way through. Alright. I'm going to try and preserve the bubble wrap as much as possible, because then I can reuse it. My scissors are not very sharp. So in here is the Peperomia red watermelon and the Syngonium. One of the Syngoniums, I'm not sure. I think this is the white butterfly, I'm guessing, because it's white. So it's a very cute little bulb right there. Some very pretty leaves on that one. And then that's a nice looking, oh, that fell off. I wonder if my friend will let me have that to propagate. So this is the red watermelon peperomia. You can kind of see why it's called that, because it does look like a peperomia watermelon, except it's red and beautiful. Look at that sparkle. I don't know how well that's showing up on the camera, but the leaf is really sparkly and really beautiful. So that's gorgeous. And then there is a leaf there, so I might be lucky enough to be allowed to keep that one, because that's a really pretty peperomia and now I want one. So that's that one there. Oh no, she's stuck to it. Another one. Eep. Awkward. No, stop. Everyone stop. Okay. So I'm just going to put that on the end there. Right, next parcel is in this one. I can see a Syngonium and a Calathea. So I think this is the Calathea Julia, possibly, or the Crimson. I really can't remember what either of them look like. And so, just don't want to catch any plants as I'm cutting. That's the one thing I'm so worried about, is like accidentally hurting somebody. All right, so this is the Syngonium, the red one, whatever the other one was. So I'm guessing this is the Syngonium Maria. It's a really pretty color. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera. I made sure I turned the overhead light off though, so you can get some more natural, true colors coming from the window light. But a very pretty one. So that's one that's my friend's. So this is the Peperomia scandens variegata, which isn't on the list. That's weird. Why do we have an extra plant? Maybe it's a freebie? That's cute. So this is a Peperomia scandens variegata. I already have a little one of these. So I'll have to check that they haven't sent us the wrong plants by mistake. So I'm going to have to check off at the end. But if that's a freebie, then cool. Sure. Won't say no. Alright. So just pop this over here. And then here is Calathea. Now, I don't know which one this is. It does look like one I already have. So I hope it's not the wrong one. I'll have to check that on the photos, because it does look like one I already have, but then some babies all look kind of similar at the start, so hopefully that's just what's happened there. And then the beautiful red Syngonium. I'm just going to move over here because out of the box, because it's a bit too big to stay in the box. All right, so let's move on to the next parcel. So bloody packing peanuts everywhere. Everywhere. Ridiculous. All right. Alright, let's get in here with those scissors. My scissors are terrible. Look at that. They're not doing anything. Oh, sort of. Now this is... Okay, I don't think we ordered this either. What is this? It's purple and beautiful, and I don't remember this being anything anyone ordered. No, because we've all got Peperonias, Syngoniums, and Calatheas, and Philodendrons, and then there's the terrace. So that's another extra plant. So I don't know if they've just thrown in bonus ones, but it's cool. Anyone know what it is? Any suggestions? It's beautiful color though. I guess I'll have to find out what that is. That's cool. All right, extra plant. Gonna run out of room. You just sit there. We have another Syngonium. So I don't know which one this was, because there's only 2 Syngoniums on the list, and I swear we already went through them. So there's another Syngonium. So we have 3 Syngoniums. Interesting. Okay, sure. Why not? Sure, guys. And then this is the Calathea Crimson. This one's mine, and isn't it beautiful? Look at that color. Oh, that's so pretty. It's got a new leaf about to open that looks a bit damaged, so hopefully that comes out. And there's another new leaf trumpeting out there, and one leaf that's kind of gone a bit. Oh, that's a bit rank. And I'm going to be taking off the death plugs as well. I have a video on death plugs. If you don't know what this casing is, it is nicknamed a death plug. It's what they grow baby seedlings in, and in this case they've been shipped in. So if you want to know more about death plugs, I will link the death plug video in the comments of in the description of this video. So that one mine, that's a Calathea Ruby. So I'm guessing that's the Julia, but it doesn't look like the Julia. It looks like a Dottie or something else. Okay, sure. Maybe they just look similar when they're babies, because these are baby plants. So That's another syngonium. So, alright, sure. And then in here. Alright. So let's get into this last little parcel here. So you can see a whole bunch of different things in here. As you can tell, it looks like some sort of amazing floral arrangement but of plants. Okay. So we have the Rhapsodophora terrasperma. That's quite a nice size for what was supposed to be a baby plant. So we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves, 7 leaves, and quite a few of them have fenestrations already. So that's super cool. So that's a nice size. Like, that's a beautiful size plant. It's got an aerial root popping out here. So that's so exciting. Good for that one. And then this is a little baby golden philodendron. I don't think I can pronounce this one properly, but I'm going to try. Caudatum gold. Philodendron caudatum gold baby. Of course, I'm going to put all the names of the ones I know up on the screen here. And then these other plants, I'm going to have to figure that out later. And then the last one in the middle here is the Burley Maxi. I'm not sure how to say it. But that's another beautiful prayer plant variety there. I have one of these, and they're one of my favorites. It's such a stunner, and shoots out new leaves really quickly. As you can see, there's some new leaves here hiding underneath that are ready to pop out. So that one will grow big and beautiful in no time. So I'm just going to clean up the mess, and then we're going to do kind of a final look over of everything. Murph, do you mind? Seriously. Cat, do you mind? Oi, hey, fuzzbutt, go away. Alright, so let's line these babies up and do a final kind of head count. So we have the adorable little Calathea. Oh my gosh, he's trying to come back. I'm gonna remove the cat from the room. So he decided to just plonk next to me. Hey, Murph. Yeah, see? All right. I have to move you because you can't behave. Okay. Now we have no cat to get in the way. So here is the Calathea ruby, which was one of my babies, which I just think is beautiful and I'm excited about. So there's that one. And then we have one of the syngoniums. I'm guessing this is the white butterfly syngonium. And I guess the other one is too. It's just a little teeny tiny one. So there's 2 syngoniums there. So I'm just going to pass them along. I already have enough syngoniums. So the friend who ordered the syngoniums can have both of those ones. And then we have... going to get soil on the carpet, but that's okay. It needs a vacuum anyway. So then there's the Peperomia red watermelon. Oh, get my toes out of the shot. That's not attractive. Nobody wants to see that. I mean, or maybe they do, but no, let's not. So there's Peperomia red watermelon. Which I'm going to try and place down as carefully as possible so it doesn't get dirty. And then this one, we have the gold philodendron, which is just a beautiful lime and yellow. So the leaves will come out yellow and then they develop to this more limey color as they age. So they're really beautiful. I have one of those and it's one of my favorite plants. It just is such a stunner. And then we have the Rhapsodophora terrasperma, baby mini monstera, which is not so much of a baby. It's quite a decent sized plant. So that's a happy, healthy looking one right there. And then we have, I'm guessing this is the Calathea Julia. So I'm going to have to like compare that to the photos online because it doesn't look like what I thought I got. So yeah. I mean, it might be, and I could just be remembering it totally wrong, but I don't know, it does look a lot like the ones I already have, and I didn't think I doubled up on anything in my order, but I guess we'll find out. And then we have the Burley Marksy, Prayer Plant, Maranta, however you want to say it, and that's just a babe as well, isn't it stunning? And the Maria Syngonium with its amazing orangey red and green foliage reminds me of the pink Illusion Syngonium, but like the opposite version, so the dark kind of gothy version. And that's got a lot of new growth coming out there, so that's beautiful and in happy healthy shape, so I will pop that up as well. And then we have this funny little purple thing that I'm gonna have to research to figure out what it is. If you know what it is, please tell me in the comments. Let me know if you know what it is. It's fuzzy. I don't really know what to pot it in. I'm gonna read all the information here, and there might be something in the information that tells me what this is, because she's pretty. Whatever she is, she's pretty. I'm gonna put that so she's still in frame. That one. And then lastly, we have the Peperomia scandens variegata, which, yeah, I already have one of these. So I guess they throw in free plants when you get a big order. So that's always nice to see. So a couple of these. So this one we definitely didn't order, and this one we definitely didn't order, and we did not order 2 of the Syngoniums. So that's a nice little surprise. So the packing peanuts are now completely forgiven. I'm no longer mad about the packing peanuts incident. This has definitely made up for the frustration of the 10 minutes of having to unpack those packing peanuts, because I didn't want to tip them out because I was scared of a plant falling out if I tipped them. And so I had to get them all out individually. But this is a beautiful haul, so I think that's a great result. So I realized after I finished up inside that some of you might actually want to watch me pot these up. So I figured I would take these off. I do not need them on me right now. I would come out here and whoa, bird got really close. Last time I was here it was a bee, now it's a bird. Everything's coming for me. I thought I would come out here and I would repot them on camera, and just for the heck of it, why not, right? So I've already mixed my soil, mostly just doing the last little mix here, and I'm basically putting everything in the same mix today. It's a mix that is based off the mixes in my soil video, which I will also pop in the description. So if you haven't seen my soil video, that is there. So what I have in here, I will try and show you to the camera a little bit, is I have my bag soil, I have a lot of perlite, I have some charcoal, and I have orchid bark. So I've also got over there, hold on, wait, I forgot the thing, because I'm totally organized. Look at me go. Huh. And then I also have my peat, which I'm about to throw in as well, and I'll be keeping a little extra that's going into the calatheas. So there's going to be a little bit just in the general mix, and then there's also going to be some going in just the calatheas mix as well. So I got a whole stack of little pots here that are just kind of my boring little pots. Now I'm going to be terrible and do this without gloves, because these plants are so small that these gloves are chunky and I'm worried about damaging things. So I am going to make sure I wash my hands thoroughly afterwards, but yeah, I'm going to do this without gloves just because they're so little. Alright, so I'm going to pot up mystery purple plant. I'm going to have to do some research into this, find out what it is. I'm not going to be breaking up the plugs too much because I don't want to traumatize them too much. They've already been shipped through the mail, which is already traumatizing enough for a little baby, so I'm not going to be pulling this off too much. I'm just going to be taking off the top bit of that casing there and just squidging it a little bit. Where am I putting things in? So I don't know what this one is, so I really hope whatever I'm potting this in is good enough, because I have absolutely no idea what it is. But I will research and find out, and hopefully, I hope it's an indoor one. I don't want it to be an outdoor plant. I'm not really, I don't have anywhere set up for outdoor pot plants yet. Alright, so my friend's gonna have both these syngoniums that came in this order. So I'm just putting them in the same pot so that it'll create one big full plant in the long run. So that's always a nice thing to have. And then the little baby. So it can go in one of these slightly bigger pots. Because there's two of them going in. Hold on, let's move this so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. There we go. No, wrong pot. Alright, so after I've done all of these up, I'm going to give them a water with a seaweed solution that I use for my pot plants. It's not sea salt, but it is similar. So if you have sea salt and you use sea salt, it's basically the same thing, except it's just a concentrate that I mix myself. So because the calatheas are going, they're my ones, I'm just going to put them in. That's too big. Wait. So I was trying to find two small black pots and I couldn't. So I'm going to have to put one in these ones. I might use a little red pot, I guess. I was hoping to find two little black pots just because it's better for my inside aesthetic, and I already used them there. But anyway, it's fine. It's a thing. So because I'm potting up calatheas, which is this, that's a prayer plant, and that one, which I still feel like that's wrong and I haven't checked it yet. And this one, I'm just going to add a little extra peat to the top of the bucket here and use that in their mix. Now I read through the information that came from the suppliers, so from nurseries to you, and I also sent them a message on Facebook. And the packing peanuts are biodegradable, so I'll be throwing them in my compost. So that's a good little side note that I thought you might be interested in. But it's also funny, a lot of their advice in their information is kind of the opposite of my advice. So it's always interesting because, you know, it proves that different things work for different people with plants. But their advice is actually quite different to my advice. So, you know, they recommend not touching the plug and say that the death plug is a myth. However, as you've seen in some of my other videos, there are plugs out there that are made of plastic and things like that. So the plugs is one I'm going to say that is still debatable personally, because, you know, I have had plugs really cause problems with my plants. I've had them arrive from sellers with problems because of the plugs. So, you know, I'm gonna keep with basically removing them myself. You know, a few things like that. So there was a couple of bits and pieces in the kind of info packet that I was like, no. But, you know, it's different strokes for different folks, I suppose. But, you know, it is nice to know that the packing peanuts at least are biodegradable. So that's not something I have to worry about, is I can just throw them in the compost. And then the bubble wrap I'm going to reuse for myself, so that's exciting. I always like having extra bubble wrap because it means I don't have to buy it for work. Because I love to recycle, and if you haven't gotten the hint, I'm pretty low on plastic waste and the likes. So I like that I can now buy, instead of buying bubble wrap, I have bubble wrap now for a couple more weeks. This smells like a sponge. I think it is a sponge. I think it's literally a sponge. Look at it. I don't know how well you can see that from how far away I am, but it is like,
Oh, a sponge. That's super weird. I am not leaving that on there. I'm not having my friend's plant die like that. Another thing they said in the info packet is not to use moisture meters. Now, I swear by my moisture meter, so it's kind of interesting. And I know a lot of plant people do swear by their moisture meters because the reason they say not to use one is because the readings can vary from one part of the pot to another. But anybody who uses a moisture meter a lot will know that you move a moisture meter around in the pot. You don't just stick it in one spot. You test like one corner, then you test the other corner, then you test right up close to the plant, and then you kind of take an average from those readings, and then that's the moisture level of your pot. I never stick my moisture meter in just one spot and be like, okay, that's the reading of my plant. It's always like okay, here. I at least take 3 different readings, and then I get the average of the moisture in the pot. So yeah, their information recommended not to use a moisture meter at all, but I'm just going to say, if you choose to use one, which I do, that is how I use it, and how a lot of people I know recommend using one, is to put it in a few different places in your pot and get an average reading. Alright, so I think I've gotten enough of that off that I'm feeling comfortable about it. It is like feels like a plastic sponge. Like, it feels like a sponge you would wash your dishes with. It's a bit odd. So as you can tell, this is not an endorsement, a paid sponsorship, or anything along those lines. This is something I've chosen to do off my own back, like all my reviews and things at the moment. I mean, if somebody wants to send me free plants to review them, feel free, and I will review them, but I'm gonna be honest, so hope you're ready for that. Oh my god, my dogs are barking at nothing. My neighbour's bringing the bin in, so of course everybody has to bark, don't they? Because they don't do that all the time. Dogs, man. Love them, but they drive me crazy. So there's the little burley Maxus, whatever you want to say. I'm not even trying to say them anymore. I'm done with it. That's so weird. Really weird sponge. Followed by that one. Alright. So we have the peperomia. Now peperomia is like a slightly more draining soil, so I've used up all that peat that I put in the top there. So now I've gone back to my well draining mix. Just to go in here. Now peperomias do like to be slightly root bound. I have found from my own peps, they love to be in a slightly small pot, so I'm going to just chuck that one in there. And then syngonium, slightly bigger, so it can go in here. I've tried to get a bit more of those chunks of the cocoa core in there for these ones, because they do love a bit of moisture, so I'm just going to get a little bit of that. Throw that in there. I'm making a mess, potting my plants, making a mess. I always make a mess though. You know, part of the fun is cleaning it up afterwards. She says as if she ever cleans up afterwards. I never clean up afterwards. So this peperomia I'm going to give to one of my friends who ordered in this lot. She paid the largest amount of the shipping and insisted on it. And I was like, are you sure? It's like, yes, here's extra. And I went, oh, okay. So I want to give this back to them for being such a sweetheart. And also I have a giant one of these. I don't need it. So yeah, she can have that one for being lovely and offering to pay a bit more postage as a generous gesture of thank you very much for thinking of me to order plants. I love watching people I know getting into plants. It's so cute. Like, a few of my friends have just started getting into plants because of the pandemic, and it just makes my heart sing, because then I get these messages on like Facebook or whatever, Instagram and stuff, and they're just messages of them going, look at my new plant, or look at the little baby leaf, and I just love it. I love that I've become the person that people know they can send their plant photos to, because it just makes me so happy. I love baby plant photos. They're the best. Alright, so I've only got 2 more left to pot up. So they're both going to go in these ones because of their size. Happy little root system. Now, of course, I normally don't make this much mess. I normally would do it over the bucket, but because I'm trying to be fancy and let you watch what's happening, I'm just going to be a bit more of a mess and get it all over the table today. Alright. Last one is the I can't speak. Rhapsodophora terrasperma. There we go. See, I can say it. Probably hear my children through the house outside. I'm outside and our glass is very thin, and you can probably hear them yelling at their video games through the window. I tell you. Any other parents have children that play Fortnite? I mean, I play the game myself sometimes, but I don't. It's wild. Wild. Anyway, I'm not going to bitch about that. Alright, so that's the last of the plants all potted up. Now the soil is quite damp already, so I don't want to be adding too much extra moisture, but I will be giving them a water with my seaweed solution, which I will show you in just a moment as soon as I've washed my hands. So there we go, the full collection of everyone, and I will be right back.
So this little calathea, I looked up, this is the right one I think, but I'm going to insert some footage right now. That's why I was confused. They have 2 pictures on their website, so something the media team might want to look at. So it is the same of one I've already got inside, but that's fine. I'll just put them all in a big pot together eventually. I'm going to wait for this one to settle in first though, because I've already potted it up now, and I'm not going to double pot it too close together. I'm going to let it settle in before I do anything else to it and muck with it anymore. But yeah, I just thought if you were wondering about this little calathea, it is a Calathea Julia, and that is correct, but as you saw from that little screen recording I just popped in, I had a right to be confused. So now I'm very, very close to you on this side of the camera, because I wanted to show you, this is the seaweed concentrate that I use. So I'll be giving everyone here a water with this, but slightly watered down so it's nice and gentle. I don't want to shock them by doing it too harsh. But yeah, so I'm going to give everyone a water, and then they're all going to go to their respective homes later in the week. Anyway, I'm going to come in close with some zoomy in footage and, you know, some nice pretty music footage like I like to throw in at the end of my videos. But yeah, so I'm going to say another goodbye now. So thank you for watching. This has been my nursery to you unboxing / potting up video for mine and my friend's order. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this experience. I have to say, the fact that they've thrown in some extra plants was super cool, so I'm definitely going to be doing bulk orders again with them next time. I'm happy that the packing peanuts are biodegradable, so I'm no longer bummed out about the packing peanuts. And when I spoke to them on Facebook, they said that the reason they include them is insulation, because in Australia we have such a massive varying temperature standard, and so if they do that, it helps insulate the plants from extreme temperature changes, which to be honest I hadn't really thought about, so that's cool. I'm fine with the annoying amount of packing peanuts now that they have a reason, and they're made of rice, so they're biodegradable. I can just throw them in the compost. So officially happy with that. All the plants are really lovely quality and they all look really healthy. So overall, I'm really happy with the Nursery to You experience. They arrived quite quickly. I ordered them on Thursday and then now today's Wednesday the next week. So they didn't post them straight away so that they wouldn't get stuck over the weekend, which I really appreciate. I very much appreciate a company that posts plants on the Monday of a week instead of the end of a week. So that was nice to see, and yeah, everything's healthy. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this unboxing video. I'm Empress Erie, and this has been Plant Tips with Empress, and yeah, keep growing like your plants.